Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. I am Tim Gillette, your host of the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast and creator of Simple Easy Marketing System. Today, we're going to talk about a very sensitive subject. Right now, there's a lot going on in our world right now, and I think this is something that needs to be addressed. But before we do, I'm going to talk about, first of all, let's thank our sponsors, those people who make this podcast happen. All right. And that is, all right, thank you to guys at StreamYard. Thank you to the guys over there at Anchor.fm who helped make the audio version happen. And of course, Simple Easy Events, our events that were held once a month here in the online. And you can actually go and find out more about them at simpleeasyevents.com. So let's talk about this. All right. Today, somebody is going to lose. There's going to be a loser today. Yes, someone's going to lose. But is that a bad thing? I think we've become so associated in our world to actually become entitled to think we're all entitled to win. And that nobody thinks themselves a loser. They think themselves a winner even when they've lost. Now, in Simple Easy Marketing, all right, my blog and video con, all my stuff, I try to create win-win scenarios. A situation where when I get a client and when they find a solution, that's a win-win. But win-win doesn't always happen. For instance, every year, we all, probably many of us, glue to our TV to watch a thing called the Super Bowl. And there is a winner and there is a loser. The NBA Finals every year, there is a winner and there is a loser. The NHL Stanley Cup, there is a winner and there is a loser. And in many one-on-one sporting games that happen all over the world today, there is a winner and there is a loser. Finally, in political bouts, there is a winner and there is a loser. We have so conditioned ourselves that we want to win all the time, and everybody still thinks that they are a winner even when they're losing. Now, it's not a bad thing. Trust me. In the online marketing space, you can actually look at things and go, hey, man, am I losing? Hey, Sidra, good to see you. So, am I losing? You know, if I were in the NBA and I lost, all right, I was the champion. I was right up there to game 7, all right, and lost at the last minute. Am I going to consider myself a loser? No. First of all, number one, I've made it that far in the NBA, but as far as the championship is, I lost. Now, that losing, those people who lose the NFL, the team that loses the Super Bowl, I guarantee you the next week, they are studying the tapes of what they did wrong. See, losing is not a bad thing. Losing is a growing ground for your success. Losing is something that's just part of the game. Yes, we all want to be winners, but on the path of winning, there's a lot of losing that takes place. If you ever seen so many people say the diagram to success, it goes, I want my path of success to go just like this. And the truth is, success path goes, zzz, zzz, and it goes up and down. And some of the downs are drastic and big downs that can be defeat. And in some cases, they are defeat, and people just can't take that defeat and they quit. The bottom line is today, there is going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. If you are the winner, by all means, celebrate that victory. Take a day, enjoy the victory, all right? Celebrate it, by all means. If your team won the Super Bowl, you're going to the parade. If your team won the NBA championship, you're going to the parade. You're probably going to buy a new hat, a new sweatshirt to celebrate your team who won the championship. But if you lose, and this is where the problem has become in our online world lately, is the losers do nothing but condemn and condone the winners. Oh my God, they cheated to win. Oh my God, I can't believe that they did that to win. Oh my God, all right, I'm the rightful winner because that ref made a bad call. It's that entitled fact that we think that we deserve to win every time is what is killing you from actually being successful. You want to be successful in life. Take that losing like the team of the NFL does. They go back to the locker room and watch the videotapes and goes, that's the point where I screwed up. Let me go out there and practice so I don't do that again. Maybe we need to do that more in our business. It seems that we get to the point where we so feel entitled to win that many of us will cheat to keep winning. And I think that is the bad side to people who constantly always win. I once had someone on my show who actually said they never failed at reaching a goal, ever. And I thought, well, number one, you're either setting your goals too low, or number two, you're not realistic with who you really are. Everybody wins and loses. Everybody, including me and including you. You're going to win and you're going to lose. All right. I've always given 4 guarantees in everything I do. Number one, I guarantee, all right, that you are going to have to do something you don't like. I guarantee you're going to have to work for a dream. I guarantee that you're going to market and promote. And I guarantee you're only going to get out of something what you put into it. So if you're going to go into something half-assed and lose, don't sit and point fingers at the winner. If you go into something half-assed and you lose, maybe it's time to go back and study at the drawing board what you did wrong. If your marketing campaign did not make it to where you wanted it to be, all right, you did not get the sales that you wanted to get, no matter what it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take that loss as a study point to becoming more successful next time, to making sure that you don't repeat that mistake again. Don't erase the mistake. Keep it down there. Make sure you remember the mistake so you don't repeat it. Don't erase it, because that's another thing we do when we feel entitled to winning and entitled to success, is we start to erase our mistakes so people can't find out about them. And trust me, in the online marketing world, which is what we do at Simple Easy Marketing, is helping people online, we teach you how to study the failures. Don't get rid of the failures. Be honest with your audience. Guys, I fail. I fail all the time. 9 times out of 10, when I go for something, I fail at it. And you know what? Yes, I would love to be successful 9 times out of 10. I really would. But I learn more in the failures. I learn more from the times when I am down or knocked down or kicked down than I ever do from the points of where I win and succeed. And those points where I get knocked down are the points that keep me the humblest and keep me actually in the game to where I actually can help my customers like you, help you succeed. You see, when I fail, I'm able to take those failures and not only myself fix me, but use that to make sure my clients don't make the same mistake I did. You know, I'm watching recently, and I've watched a lot of friends online who are doing some of the mistakes I made. And I used to jump right in and give the answers and say, hey, man, don't do that. You're going to fail. And then I realized they're not paying me for my information. They're not paying me to guide them and coach them and mentor them. So I stopped giving advice. If they want my advice, if they want to know what it takes to be successful, all right, and how not to fall in the same failure trap I did, maybe they'll research who else fell in this hole and they might find my name. Because I was real with them and I didn't lie to them. I didn't lie about how I was a winner when I really was a loser. Losing, it's not a bad thing. So let's say hi to some of the people who are in here. Robert Brooker, good afternoon, my friend. Good to see you in here. Sidra, you're watching from Pakistan. Hey, I love it. We actually have an international audience today. Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to there. When losing is your part of life, how can you get out of this situation? When you're losing, you actually got to crawl your way out. Brent, yes, I'm doing better. Glad to see you're doing better. Thank you, Brent, from the guys over at Pot. Go check them out at Pot. Maybe someday we'll get them as a sponsor, but we'll see. Anyway, great friend of mine, Brent, over there, Pot. Great people that are out there helping people. What is it, ladies and gentlemen, that you have failed at? Be honest, all right? I dare you. This is a daring thing to put in the comments today. I want you to put in the comments, I failed at, I lost at, and put it down there. And then follow it up with, I learned this from it. Now, that is there's not many people who are going to do that comment because many of you people are going to be scared to admit you failed. I'm going to tell you, I admit I failed all the time. In our current pandemic situation, for instance, I recently, over Christmas holiday, I had COVID. I had to sit down in my house for Christmas. I couldn't see my kids. I couldn't see, I couldn't see my mom. I couldn't hang out with my family. I couldn't go to my friends' parties. I couldn't go to my New Year's Eve dinner that we have been doing every year since my wife and I had been together. We go out to a specific small restaurant to have dinner. We couldn't because I had COVID and she had to keep isolated. She had to keep quarantined because she was around me. So we couldn't go out to dinner. I failed. Now, I'm the guy, if you see me out in public, yes, my mask half the time is not on my nose. It's not on properly. And you know what I mean? I, for the most part, stay 6 feet from people. I don't know where I got it, but I failed somewhere that made me actually stop and realize I need to watch where I go when I go out in public. I need to watch who I'm around when I'm out in public because it's a virus that can get around. I failed. I lost. I did a marketing plan last year where basically I put a marketing thing in. Well, no, it wasn't last year. Actually, it was year before last, actually now in 2019, where we actually put out an entire marketing campaign with Facebook ads and everything to try to fill my event. Spent thousands of dollars. And in the thousands of dollars I spent, I got 0 results. 0. And I hired a friend of mine in a firm to do it, and it's not his fault. It's mine. I actually took 100% of the blame, all right, and came in and realized what I did and realized I had to build an online marketing plan better than what I did to try to use online marketing to fill an event when I didn't have the name to do it. I didn't have the success plan. I didn't have the copy written right. I had to learn the hard way from that mistake and how to fix it. I failed. I lost thousands of dollars, but I learned from it. I admit the mistakes of why I am actually out there. All right, now, all right, I've got a consultation with a big time internet marketer firm to actually review my next campaign that we're putting out on Facebook ads because I've not done that many of them. And we're going to review it. And that is, yes, I learned to invest and get advice from the people who know what systems works and what systems don't work. Changed my whole thing about my whole online programs because I learned what didn't work. That's it. So anyway, let's put them on here. What haven't I failed at might be easiest to answer. Well, too many failures to list. Big ones. No lie. I have failed twice in marriage. Influences and ignorance of others is not something I have a say in. I'm wondering if my vaping and I like it warm is an additional defense. Could be. So interesting. Some of the people actually putting some of their things out there. I learned that much more research into the potential spouse's family is also needed. Good point there, Robert. I'm glad that you actually see that. All right. And that's it. I couldn't tell you that. Because you studied it, you're figuring out, okay, this is where I went wrong. Let me fix it. I couldn't tell you what you did wrong because I'm not eyes on your situation. But I'm glad that you actually are able to face it. I've faced them. I've faced a ton of them over the years, and I am going to continue facing. Today in our world, right now, there are people who think, all right, that they have won, shall we say, in the political realm. I'm not going to say what or when or how, but there are people who think they've won. Today will be a mark in that, hopefully, and someone will be marked as a loser. And for those who do lose, remember, there's always a chance to learn from your mistakes and come back at it next time. Guys, I'm Tim Gillette with Simple Easy Marketing. If you haven't by now, check this out. Do us a favor, subscribe. Go to the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast on wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Anchor. I mean, we're all over. I think we're even on iTunes or and on iHeartRadio and all those places. Please subscribe to our podcast, all right, so you can actually get the episodes that we make for members only. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel, timgillette.com/YouTube, where you catch this podcast as well as my other one, The Tim Gillette Show, all right? And lastly, all right, if you've not checked out our events, we do a monthly event called simpleeasyevents.com, all right? A virtual event about online marketing and how to avoid mistakes to find your customers faster, get them to know and like you faster, and buy from you faster. Go to check that out, simpleeasyevents.com. I'm Tim Gillette, your host with the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Bye now.